Welcome to John's Tarot. Welcome to you from wherever you may be listening. I hope you're all having a great day out there. I'm still over here trying to get through this cold. I will endeavor to persevere. I have been talking about signs of spiritual awakening, and I went through that on Friday. And this is Sunday. And how can I say this? I've been using the Joseph Campbell as a model. It's the same model I've been using. It's almost the same model as Carl Jung's model. It's almost my same model. And that's the next step. So there's 3 steps if you're having a spiritual awakening. One of the things I talked about last week is that, you get the call to adventure when things are getting your attention. And they're getting your attention through synchronicities, maybe through difficulties in life, through, through health problems, through relationship problems, through job problems. Something's trying to get your attention. And the universe is knocking at your door, wondering if you're paying attention.
Oh, far out, man.
Anyway. So the next step after you identified that, I think something's going on. I think I need to make a change. And then our next step is going to be crossing the threshold. The old world is left behind. The new world is not yet understood. This is often accompanied by fear, uncertainty, loss, confusion. The hero rarely crosses the threshold because they want to. Yeah, people rarely don't make changes in their life because they want to, because everything is good. They do it because they have to. This middle section of Campbell's journey, trials, helpers, guides, and transformation. In my life, how that has been, I've talked about being in a 12-step organization. But I think for all people, when you make you're at the threshold, you make this. I need to change, and you found a method to change, and you cross through the door. You will have helpers, you will have guides, you will have rules set out for you. And I'm not just making this up. These things will appear for you in your life. This may come through your church. I would not be surprised at all if you met somebody in your church and it connected you with some kind of organization and that opened your eyes a little bit. That would not surprise me at all. In my life, how that thing came about was I had a 12-step organization, so that gave me structure. I gave me structure in my life. Well, this is where I need to be. And, I used to drink every day. This is where I need to be because I didn't want to die. It wasn't because I was I didn't get sober because I had any kind of moral superiority. I didn't want to die. So I had a place to go, 12-step organization. I had sponsors, guys that helped me, give me some guidance from the outside, and were able to judge what I'm doing and what I need to do and who have been down this path before. These are helpers. Symbolic systems. I had the I Ching. I'm offering you symbolic systems like with the tarot or with the I Ching. You buy yourself a copy of the I Ching. I also use Nordic runes. You pick one. Just pick one, and it'll help you because it'll reflect what's going on to you on the inside. The map doesn't remove the challenge. It provides orientation. So it orients you to this difference, to this change. I didn't know how to live a life as a sober adult. I got involved with this men's meeting on Thursday night, and all these old crusty old guys, they call it the alligator meeting, and all these crusty old guys, and they'd see me coming in, and they have their coffee cups, and they'd be steaming up their glasses, and they're looking over the top of their steamed up glasses, wondering if I was going to. Then they're making bets on who's gonna stay sober. And they saw me coming in. They're going, he's not even going to stay sober to the end of the meeting. And that was my experience. But I liked it there. But they provided structure. They provided God. How can I say it? Role models. These guys were role models for me in order to change, in order to make that transformation. And I owe them a lot. Eventually, after 6 months, they elected me coffee maker. Man, was I proud of that. I took that coffee urn home and I shined it, man. I was so proud of that. That coffee urn. So those are the types of things you can expect. Those are the types of things I experienced. I also had, I had a couple things going on in my life, but that was the basic foundational stuff where I crossed the threshold. I I found guides, I found helpers, I found a set of rules to follow, I found guidelines, I found boundaries. Okay, the guys would tell me, these are your boundaries, right? This is your boundaries. And they clearly laid out the boundary for me. And I said, okay, all right, I'll try it. And I remember I was about, I don't know, about 6, 7 months sober. And these guys had always been talking about, if you want what we have, you'll do what we do. I said, what the hell are these guys talking about? And then it occurred to me, what was a big help to me anyway, was that these guys were all older, retired, financially secure. They had homes. They didn't have they were driving a car, looking in their rearview mirror, wondering if the red light was on them. They didn't have warrants on them. They didn't have problems like that. And if I wanted that, all I had to do was do what they do. Well, all right, okay, all right, and that's what I did. There are other things out there, there are other programs out there, and you're free to try any one that you like. That's the one I did, and that's the one that helped me. I'm very careful about anonymity and not violating traditions, but those are the things that help me a lot. So let's say a person has. I started just from there. Let's say a person has decided to make the transition, and they are. How did they at the threshold? They walk through the door, and now they're decided to. They're at that transformation point. They've crossed the threshold. How do you know that you've crossed the threshold? I think I laid it out pretty good. Once you cross the threshold, what advice does the tarot have for us? You've crossed the threshold. You have some helpers, guides, and people to help you. What do we do next? Let's see what the tarot has to say. What do we do next? My ability to read tarot is a gift, an expression of divine love, and I'm going to share it with you in that same spirit. So we've crossed the threshold. We have helpers, guides, and a way to commit towards transformation. What guidance? What do we do next? And we'll see what the tarot has to say. I'm just trying to get these done quickly this week. And cut the deck. Just 3 cards, and just get through this as quick as I can. And the first card is the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands. We made the transition. So you've decided to do this. You've decided to make a transformation. You have found guides. You have found helpers. And so then the Queen of Wands is that is a representation of all those things. The Queen of Wands. It is the guides. It is the helpers. It is the transformation. It is the successful transformation of you as a human being into the person that you want to be, that you've decided to be. And then I always like the black cat, which means sometimes through occult means. Now that means hidden. It doesn't mean magic. And sometimes you're like, especially like in the organization I got involved with, and they tell you, I want you to shake hands. Well, how is that going to help me? How is that going to help me? How is that going to change me? Just get up and do it. And greet. I want you to pick up chairs. How is that going to help? Just do it. That's what the occult part of that is. How is that going to help me? It's going to help you. You just got to believe what these guys your teachers and guides are telling you, and you got to follow them, and you got to trust them, and you will make the transformation. The Moon. So you've decided Isn't that us? Isn't that anybody trying to make a transformation? The moon, you see a crab crawling out of the water. That is a consciousness crawling out of the subconscious, and it's following the light of the moon. And you got a wild dog and a mad dog, a tame dog and a wild dog, and you got two pillars. That is Boaz and Jachin of the Temple of Solomon, or in the Kabbalah, it is mercy and severity and mercy, and you're trying to walk the middle path. Not even be closer to Buddhism. You're trying to walk the middle path, and the path will be dimly lit because you don't understand how this is going to happen. But the path will be lit. You'll be given guidance. You'll be shown, but you have to be very careful. It's one step at a time, and you'll make it through. And you're going to have all these dynamic forces, and you have to find balance as you move through that. All right. And then the third card, the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands has to do with something happening rapidly. It does happen rapidly. If you stick with it, you found your path. You have guides. You have helpers. You have a method of transformation. Stick with it because it happens fast, man. I'm coming up on 37 years. This is Sunday, so I'm not sure what. I'm June 6th. Oh, I missed it. My birthday was the other day. My anniversary was the other day, but it happened fast. The first couple of years seemed like, that first year, it's like, wow, is this, another one of those meetings? Another one? Just go, just do it. Don't ask. You don't have to like it. That's another thing. You don't have to like it. Liking it is not part of it. You just have to do it. And it goes by fast. And those early years are probably the most valuable years that you'll experience in your entire life, because that's where most of the growth comes from. Most of the self-realization comes from. Most of the behavior change comes from. And as I look back in my own life, I'm probably the most proud of, let's say, those first couple of years that despite all obstacles, I hung in there. And that is going to be my little program for today.
Goodbye, Professor Marvel, and thanks a lot.
Well, it was my pleasure. I hope you all have a good day. Where is my little thing? Oh, I want to talk just briefly about if you want to do a manuscript. Let's do a manuscript. I have my little. Several listeners have suggested that there may be a book hidden within these podcasts. If you're an editor, publisher, or someone experienced in manuscript development and you see potential in the material, feel free to contact me through my website or email. I am open to conversation. Okay, be careful, be cool, be kind, and I'll see you later on in the week. Okay, bye-bye.